I'm Christian Abbott.
I'm Nathan Lavender.
I'm Sean Abbott, and this is the Red Mist Podcast.
Hello, welcome to the Red Mist Podcast, Season 4, Episode 3. The 2025 Corvette CR8 GT3, number 3. Not number 4.
Not number 4.
I should have waited to number 4.
Yeah. Well, we can still use it for next week.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It'll be a nice one. We can put up a nice graphic for it.
Yeah.
Anyways, on tonight's episode, we're back.
Yes.
It's been a few weeks.
Definitely not the second time recording this one.
No, not the second time recording. Had a little technical difficulty we found in post-production last week, so have to re-record. So we'll recap the Daytona 24 hours.
Mm-hmm.
We'll talk some news and notes, and we'll look forward to this weekend.
What's this weekend?
This weekend? Well, in Nate's world?
Yes.
I don't know.
Let's do it in Nate's world, and then
world,
let's do it in our world.
I don't know. Like in Nate's world, I don't know if this is this is definitely one of the two biggest races in Nate's life. Racing world for the year. Because it's this and the Indy 500.
Yeah, I know it's either I with him I can't tell which race is bigger. Although I think NASCAR probably still reigns
in my world
for him.
I'm much more entertained by the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's NASCAR this weekend. It's their Super Bowl. That's what they call it, Christian.
Yeah,
their Super Bowl.
I think the Indy 500 is more appealing today between the two.
I find it a much more fascinating race.
But I mean, like I get the quote unquote product that NASCAR wants to put on. So I mean, it is.
Yeah. Well,
it is a cool picture, but it's forced.
You know, we're back to stage racing, so I'm excited. Love it. I love stage racing. I love it. You can't, it's amazing. Anyways, so we'll talk about that. We'll look ahead to that. I don't think we got Nate's picks. I will.
No, we know who he's picking.
Right. Yes, the driver of the number 22 Penske Ford.
Yeah.
Shell.
It's definitely a Ford.
Yep, Joey Logano. And in second place will be his idol, Keselowski. And then third, because he loves him, Austin Dillon.
I thought we were gonna go with Gregson. I thought that was gonna be his third place guy.
Oh, you think so? Yeah.
You gotta switch it up just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Yeah. I do have a dark horse for the race.
I don't even know what the entry list is.
Yeah.
Actually, no.
Well,
no.
all you have to know.
Wait. We missed completely because Nate's number one pick is Elio.
Oh yeah, that's right. All right, yeah. Take Dillon out. Elio finished is his
and then
third pick, right?
Yeah, actually,
right.
his
which
picks
is amazing. He gets in. Doesn't really have to qualify. He can get in on a some scam thing. Meanwhile, Martin Truex and Jimmy Johnson, both former NASCAR champions, have to qualify.
I don't see the problem in this.
Well, in the past, before you had charters and stuff, your past champions were provided a provisional starting spot.
Yeah, but just let them do their thing. If they
Yeah.
if they
Oh.
this is how they want to run the show, let them run the show.
Yeah.
Clearly, this is what everyone wants.
Do we have stage racing? Oh, you don't. You wouldn't know. I need NASCAR. I need NASCAR Nate here for this. Because if there's stage racing in the duels, I'm done. Which I think there is. I'm done. I can't deal with that. Anyways,
I
oh,
wasn't aware
can't
they were.
Can't deal with it. Yeah, I know. I just can't. Anyways, all right, let's go. We're droning on about NASCAR. All right, let's talk Daytona 24. I thought a fabulous race throughout throughout all the classes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. The Daytona 24 was absolutely stellar.
Yep. I thought in GTP early on it was BMW that established a stranglehold on the race. As we worked our way through the night, the Porsches came on a bit. And then the BMWs kind of reasserted themselves, and then unfortunately, well, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but the Penske Porsches went to the top. And Nick Tandy, Lawrence Vantor, and Felipe Nasr get the win overall in GTP. Although a closing duel with the Acura.
Yeah.
So if this was the Daytona 30 hours, I think the Acura would have won.
I mean, even like 25 or 26, like that Acura was moving at the end.
Was it?
Yeah. I mean, because they, going into the final hour, the two Porsches were battling with one another, and all I saw the entire time was just the Acura in third, slowly closing, keep on closing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, finally the two Porsches just fell in line with one another, and and the 7 went ahead. But I mean, it was a very good battle, but you could see it was definitely costing them time. And at some point, if neither of them were going to give, there was definitely going to be a call over the radio to hey, figure it out. Like you're not safe from doing this.
No, that's true.
Because the Acura did catch the 6 and passed the 6 for second in the closing stages. So.
And then the second Porsche, Penske Porsche was third. We had a BMW in fourth, Cadillac fifth. I don't know. I'm underwhelmed by their overall performance this weekend.
It was underwhelming, but I mean, I think they must have been hitting the curbs at the bus stop pretty hard all weekend.
Right. Oh well, they did launch one.
Yeah, they launched one, and then they subsequently launched a wheel, which then flung the car right into the wall.
Right.
And then the third one got suffered from cold tires.
Oh, that got
but didn't
it got caught up in the midnight or that late night or early morning, late evening schmozzle.
Yeah,
they took out a bunch of stuff. And then 6 went to the JDC, the banana boat. Exciting.
Haha.
Thought that was very exciting.
They just hang around. At some point,
they hang around, and they, I mean, I will say this: they had Jimmy Bruni, Pascal Wehrlein, and Theo van der Helm in the car.
Yeah,
and I mean, Wehrlein, this was his first, I think, prototype run because he's run Formula cars and Formula E. And Porsche brought him in for this. Van der Helm, this kid is like, he's got to be a factory driver soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea where they found this kid, but it's amazing. And Bruni he's gone from different GT cars to prototypes, so he's doing well. So good for them. And then 7th, again, congratulations to BMW. Both cars finished.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, strong showing by them, especially early on in the race too.
Yeah, very much so.
The first few hours, like there was a point where I thought like it was
And
kind
they,
of like done
and they,
and toasted.
they
They had it
pretty
locked
they
up.
pretty much dominated qualifying. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
there's speed in that car. That car's a threat in a 2 hour race,
Mhm.
2 hour and 45 minute race, especially at a track, say like I would say at Road America, Laguna. I really can. BMW is definitely gonna. I think the street courses are kind of a crapshoot, but I think on the natural terrain road courses, not quite sure. Got to see how things go this week in testing at Sebring, but we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Sebring last year was tough to get a read on because they had the late restart and then they all crashed
Yep.
into one another, and that's
Yep.
how it was decided more or less. But no, I think second year with the car, everyone's got plenty of track time underneath them and
Yeah.
a year of learning. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
I think there's a lot of information sharing going on between the IMSA team and the WEC team. And you have to remember that the IMSA team was the first team to run, so they're 1 year ahead of the WEC team.
Yes.
And I think that's really starting to help.
Yep.
So, in LMP2, I was going to say congratulations to Sebastian Bourdais, but wah wah wah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's too bad.
Post-race tech failed, and he did not win. So the win went to United Autosports of Robert Lynn, James Allen, Paul DiResta, and Dan Goldberg.
All hail Zach Brown.
Yep, all hail Zach Brown. And in second, all hail Bill Riley, Felipe Massa, Jesse Burden, Felipe Fraga, and Gar Robinson.
Yeah.
So Massa gets a podium. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And third, this car was out by a mile. And after initially leading by a mile, and then fought back, the PR1 Matheson car of Matthias Besch, Ben Peterson, Ben Keating, and Ricardo Salas. So there you go. Perseverance there. And the LMP2 class overall, I thought, was a fantastic race.
Yes. Very quiet amongst all the racing that was going on in each of the pro classes, but the LMP2 class did a very good job.
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of at the front of the class, so it was well done. It just at that point, then you get into the 24-hour spot of attrition and such. So, in GTD, let's go to GTD. Let's not do GTD Pro because that's where the big story is.
Big story.
Oh, big story. Big story. Hold on, I'm trying to find where. How the hell do you tell what GTD is?
It's not got the pro.
Hold on. I know who won. I just gotta. I'm trying. Oh, here we go. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say it in here. That's the problem. I'm on a new website.
Oh.
So, anyways, I now have it.
I found their
the IMSA.
No, I was while I was at the race, I pulled up the IMSA website for timing and scoring, and it was horrible to read on my phone. I went to I think it's Alkali.
Yeah, Alcamel. Their website's awesome. Yeah.
That one's perfect.
That one's awesome because I had that one up. I had the race on the big TV, and then I had my computer on. I had that on Alcamel, so I could get all of the standings and I could filter and stuff, and then you get all the race notes and stuff, penalties and stuff. Yeah. But I also used, which I love on the IMSA site, for the GTP class where they have the fuel thing with the hybrid and the electric and all that stuff. So that was fun. So I had sort of 3 screens going, so it was kind of good. So kind of cool. In GTD, this is what we know as GTDM. This win went to AWA Corvette GT3. Matthias Kirchhofer, who came over from McLaren, Lars Kern, Matt Bell, and Didier Fadani. So, congrats to them. In second was the Wright Motorsports car. I mean, these guys just pound and pound and pound. So Elliott Skier, Adam Allison, and their cohorts were second, and then third was the Heart of Racing Aston Martin GT3. So congratulations to those. Let's go to GTD Pro, where this is where all sorts of crap took place. First off, congratulations to Ford. They were fast from the get-go. They, came back strong from a pretty poor year last year, even though it was their first year. Came back, dominated practice, dominated qualifying. Qualified 1-2. So Multimatic did a great job. In the race, I think the Fords were the most consistent car throughout the race, at least in GTD Pro. The Corvette and the BMWs from Paul Miller Racing were, they had their moments throughout the race, especially into the overnight, into the early morning. I think the conditions sort of favored them a little bit to a certain point until we got to about 3 hours to go. And the Paul Miller car, which was 58 laps down, decided to get involved in the race. With some rather scurrilous driving and blocking to hold up the hard-charging leading Corvette of Tommy Milner, who was hotly pursued by the other Paul Miller car, Connor De Felipe. This led to an incident in the East Horseshoe, I guess. Yeah, the Horseshoe. Not the West Horseshoe, but the East Horseshoe.
This is the International Horseshoe.
Oh, the International Horseshoe.
Yeah.
Sorry. It used to be the East, but now they call it the International.
You can tell it's the
ultimately
threw flags up around the outside.
Augusta Farfus threw a block. Tommy reacted to it and tried to move. When he moved, he clouded the Connor De Felipe's car. And I'm not blaming De Felipe whatsoever there. I mean, it just, anyways. And the Corvette suffered some damage. That damage prevented the car from actually trying to get past Farfus again. That went on for another couple laps, and then finally IMSA brought in Farfus for a drive-through. And this is where the moment of absolute brilliance and where Tommy Milner goes into Corvette history, and probably just American sports car racing history. Slides his hand out through the porthole of the Corvette and basically tells Farfus, American number one. Yeah. And that's been immortalized on T-shirts.
Yes.
And many different suppliers. The official T-shirt, which Tommy Milner was selling through his website, which was proceeds were going to a charity, sold as in a posting from Tommy Milner on Thursday of this past. On Monday of this past week, because the sales ended on Sunday. 4,715 T-shirts sold. Thought that was pretty good.
Yeah.
So
that's really
props on him. Meanwhile, the race proceeded. The Mustangs then took benefit of this. But nay, it was not over. And as they say, and you can decide to bleep this or not, payback is a bitch. As the lead running BMW soon found out, going into turn one, was unceremoniously dumped by Nico Verone and essentially removed from the podium.
Yeah, and it was crazy watching both of those incidents unfold literally right before my eyes.
Yeah,
I was positioned at the exit of the International Horseshoe when the block came.
It came, yep.
And then saw the Corvette's rear bodywork get ripped up.
Obviously, you saw it. You were watching live, so
Yes.
I got a text from you about a second before the TV showed the incident
Oh.
with Verone. So it was all I saw was payback, and I'm
Yeah.
like, I was getting ready to text back, yeah, it's coming, and then it was like, oh, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah, and then then the
I'm sorry, but that was coming.
yeah the payback there was I was up in the grandstand at the start finish line watching that going into turn one, and that was like outside of just it being labeled as payback, I do think that turn one inside line was probably the best spot to make that move, regardless. Like, that was going to be where he was going to make the move, because the Corvette was so strong in the infield, and it had just enough to make it to the start finish line.
It gobbled up tons of time from just past start finish all the way through up until they went back up under the banking.
Yeah,
so
it did not have outright top speed at all. The BMW definitely had the top speed. So did the Mustang. The Mustangs.
I think the Mustang had the better overall package, though.
It did, but it definitely faded towards the end of a stint.
Yes.
If it was on, so you could tell that. And then there was, I was questioning its outlaps after green flag pit stops, because it just didn't seem like it could fire the tires up as well as the other cars. Because there was one stop towards the end of the race that I watched, and man, like, it just came out of the pits and looked almost as bad as a GTP car when it comes out on the cold tires. Which, again, like, keep the car safe, make it to the end. That's the biggest thing, first and foremost. But they just didn't seem to have the confidence coming out to go through the infield as quickly as a few of the other cars could.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's see. All right. With that, Corvette of Alexander Sims, Danny Ucandela, and Antonio Garcia, number 3 car, finished second. And then the second Mustang of Austin Cindric, Seb Priaulx, and Mike Rockenfeller finished third. So Vervish, Olsen, and Mies took the win. So
yeah, I mean,
fun times. We're on to Sebring already, and testing is underway at Sebring. Today.
Yep.
So GT cars are on the track. It will be a combined session tomorrow. I think combined, or I think it might be GT in the morning and then combined in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Thursday's all GTP prototypes.
Hey, I'm just looking forward to the Valkyrie.
Yeah, Valkyrie's going to be there. The Lamborghini is there.
Yeah, so that car.
Good news.
Yeah, it's good that it's showing up. It's tough that it doesn't have a second car, so
it's but
kind of bounce stuff
it was
off.
Decent in practice and qualifying. It was decent.
Yes.
In the race, it just had a mechanical issue.
Right.
So we never get to see it run.
So, no, and that's the unfortunate thing. Like, I thought it was just gonna hang around in the back of the pack, and if it was there towards the end, like, maybe pick up some scraps. But because that's exactly what the JDC Porsche does.
That's true.
So and eventually it's gonna work out into their favor someday when everyone else just decides to plow into one another.
Yeah, no, that's true. So exciting! I'm already getting geared up for Sebring, so I think it's gonna be fun, and that's gonna be even wilder because when night comes there, it's not the lighting that there is at Daytona, so it's gonna be madness. So looking forward to that.
Yeah.
I guess also with the Valkyrie showing up, so
yeah. No, it'll be great to see another car in the top class. They're also.
It'll be one Valkyrie.
Yeah, just one Valkyrie in IMSA, and then it's going to be 2 over in WEC because
Right.
of the 2-car mandate over
Get
there.
2-car mandate. Yep. No, that's right.
Um,
So
but yeah,
very exciting.
Daytona. Just some comments on it. Like after going to the race, very cool. And it was nice to be able to see everything and just a whole different perspective on a race itself, because going up as high as you could in the grandstands and quite literally seeing everything, it almost felt like a kart track in some sense, because you could just watch the whole race right before your eyes, which was nice. But it definitely, I think, took away from that feeling of like you're going somewhere
Right.
when you go around a track, and that's always something I get when I go to other tracks, and I can, walk the whole facility, and I don't get to see every corner all at once, but I get a little sliver of the track at each moment.
Yep.
From what I can see. So it's
Right.
it's a different way to view a race, but I mean, you can definitely walk the property, no problem. But they do have a tram system set up.
Yeah.
That's pretty on top of it. Like, you're not really waiting more than 10 to 20 minutes at most. So, and then you'll be, whether it's outside of turn 1 or outside of turn 4, you'll be right in the middle of where they have the medway set up
Right.
by the International Horseshoe pretty quickly. So it's
Yeah.
a good system. No issues there. And then because it's located right in the town, there's hotels, restaurants, and any other stores that
All sorts of stuff. Yeah.
need stuff to grab. So I mean, like, I just walked across the street and I think we went to Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner. But I mean, like, if you want to take a break, and even if you're camping, like, you're just it's a walk away.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can definitely stay at the track and stay in there at all hours and whatnot, but by no means does it feel like you have to go 30 minutes to the next town over to grab something. So it was a very convenient track to be at.
Oh, there you go. All right. Just so you know, it's very exciting. I just saw this on Facebook.
Uh-oh.
This could be yours if you win Powerball tonight. For $179,500, you too can own a 2006 Rally Mark 11 DP chassis, chassis number 021. It does come with a Chevrolet LS7 engine, extract gearbox, plenty of additional spares and such. But this is for Nate. Nate did friggin' I don't even know if he touched this car. The driver lineup on this is or the drivers who have driven this particular chassis are one, Jeff Gordon, Nate's guy Helio, Jan Magnuson, Ryan Briscoe, Max Angelelli, and Wayne Taylor.
I just found the post.
and this particular car has 4 wins, 9 second place, 6 third places, and finished third at the Daytona 24 twice. So that's exciting. Nate would love that.
Yeah.
179.5. That's not bad track day car.
No, not at all.
Kind of a fun thing to have. Anyways, all right, let's move on. Since we talked last, Ford has been come back to IMSA and WEC's top class.
Not IMSA.
Oh, not IMSA yet, right? Yeah.
Yet to be confirmed.
WEC, yet to be confirmed. I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
I'm not getting into that. Anyways, they're back. We'll see how long they last. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. What I will add to this is, I get them. I understand going to WC or WEC, and taking on Ferrari so they can play up the media thing or whatever.
Which they love. For some reason, they're in love with.
I am, as an American, a little biased, and not that I mean I've been probably more of a Corvette fan over the past few years, but regardless, like, racing is racing, and I like to see good cars battle each other. I have no problem with the Mustang winning the Daytona 24. It was great just to watch them play their strategy out, or play their race at the end, and they just walked away because they weren't involved in the mess of everything else. But with this Ford prototype announcement, I'm really upset that they did not mention coming to IMSA in the same year that they would go to WEC. I think that's
I'll give them a pass on that. Only because BMW went to IMSA first, and then they went to WEC, so it seemed to work out. So, but this is typical Ford. It's Ford. Like, again, this could come and go in about 3 years. Okay, they're like, when they ran the GT40 the revised GT project. Oh, we're here for the long term, and they pull the plug after 4 years.
Yeah,
I was just like, really?
Yeah, and but I mean, like, that's just it. Like, if they're gonna come for a few years and bounce, then, like, at least make most of your time here in the States, where everyone is going to watch you.
100%. I 100% agree, because but this is like Ford's obsession with winning at Le Mans, and so before they develop the car, they're going to go right to Le Mans, which we all know isn't going to work right away. So I don't know. Anyways,
no.
So they're back. We'll see. Whatever.
Or controversially, they'll do what they did with the Ford GT in its first year, where they just have
sandbag.
Yeah, pretty much sandbag and play behind mechanical failure. No, not even in the second year. I think in the first, they'll just play behind mechanical failures and being off the pace naturally, whatever, and then just somehow at Le Mans they just turn up the wick and they.
I don't think that's gonna work. Not in that class. Anyway,
I don't think so either.
Anyway,
I mean, everything's pretty refined at this point amongst everyone else, it'll be kind of hard to miss there.
We'll see. It's typical Ford, though. Yeah. I'm not holding my breath. Anytime they get involved in racing at a factory level, it's always like, that's enough. All right. Anyways, I trying to think if there was anything else I might have missed
regarding IMSA.
No, anything.
Well, anything if we want to go down that road. Bathurst happened as well the other weekend.
Oh yeah, BMW rebounded from Daytona, and Augusta Farfus was in the winning car. So. The race was good. It was fun. Like, the first 3 hours were a complete mess. Just lots of action and stuff. And then the race finally settled down. Once the race settled down, the track warmed up. The BMWs hit the sweet spot, and they just went away.
Yeah,
they just rolled. So congrats to them for the win. Thought that was fun. That was a fun weekend of viewing all sorts of different races on the mountain. So I was really excited. They had a Ferrari Challenge race. They had a Porsche Supercar race.
Yeah.
And then some local Australian flavor touring car racing.
Yeah,
so good stuff.
It's always a good weekend, no matter when it goes on. I know this year I think they had it scheduled a little early, so they couldn't. The car count in the 12-hour race was a little lower compared to the past couple of years, but
well, there's a lot going on, because there was cars at Daytona, cars at Bathurst. There's cars now as part of the Asian Le Mans series that was at where were they? Qatar this past week? No,
Dubai,
and then they're going to Abu Dhabi this weekend.
Yes.
So there's just GT3 cars everywhere. So there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
And a lot of drivers are all sort of out of place and committed to different series. So, so it was kind of crazy, but again, good race, fun time, fun thing to watch.
Yeah. I guess the Clash happened.
Yeah,
at Bowman Gray.
Chase Elliott. Chase Elliott won.
Pretty much dominated outside of 10 laps or something like
Yeah,
that.
pretty much. Overall, great event. Fun to see cars running on a small bull ring. I overall didn't think there was too many BS stuff in the main event in the last chance qualifier, which I thought was bogus. Tons of crap
Mm-hmm.
going on. So, and I still never understood it because it was guys back in 10th and 12th place that you had to be in the first two to qualify. So I don't know what you were doing getting mixed up in the back. So
Yeah.
anyway, I don't know. I as an alternating race, be a great idea. I can't see long term going back there every year because I don't see that as you know uh I don't know, like viewer interest. Now, fan interest at the track, definitely, because it's about 19,000 and they're pretty rabid down there. They did have the modifieds there as part of the package.
Yeah.
Which run there. So overall, thought that was good. So, yep. So, much better than the Coliseum, I thought. So, anyway,
Yeah.
so we move on to this weekend. We have, I think everything kicks off Friday or Saturday. Friday?
Hold on.
Well, Thursday's
Wednesday.
the dual
Tomorrow is practice.
practice, and then there's qualifying, and then the duels are Friday.
Hold on. Give me 1 second.
It used to be on Thursday.
All right. Wednesday, Cup practice and qualifying. Thursday, ARCA and trucks practice, and then
Practice that.
Cup duels.
Thursday night, right?
Thursday night.
Okay.
There's 60 laps each, so I would assume there's no stage.
Okay. No stage. Oh, so actually this might be a race.
Yeah.
Friday.
Okay,
and then
is ARCA and truck qualifying with Xfinity and Cup practice. And you finish the night off with the truck race.
Truck race, and then Saturday.
Saturday is Xfinity qualifying, ARCA race, Cup practice, and then Xfinity race.
Xfinity race. Okay, and then we have
the
granddaddy.
Yeah.
The Super Bowl of stock car racing is on Sunday.
Yeah.
All right.
What do they do in the morning? Is everyone just trying to
it's like
revive themselves from the night before?
Well, like fan wise, yeah. But I mean from it's just like Indy, Nothing goes until the race goes. And I think the race is like 3:00.
Yeah,
which is brutal.
The 500 is that start. Well, it says 2:30,
what time
but it could be 3:00. Yeah, it's because nothing's. Well, I should.
There's no race beforehand.
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's exciting.
Actually, just to kind of circle back to the 24, race day morning. I'd be of the opinion, don't rush to get to the track. The only reason
it was a historic race, right? And that's it.
Yes, there was a historic race there in the morning. Unfortunately, there were only like 5 cars that took the green in that morning.
Because they had run the day before.
Yeah, well, they had run qualifying the day before and practiced the day before that, and so I mean, I was a little bummed because I had missed the 2 previous sessions.
Right.
Qualifying was on me. I should have figured that out, but that.
Right.
Anyways, the morning of the 24, the only reason to get to the track early or get near the track early is for parking. Outside of that, I mean, everyone's hanging around the pits, walking around. It's really crowded. And then obviously they do the grid walk. It was cool to walk around on the grass and be down on the start-finish line and all that stuff.
Yeah.
As far as seeing the cars, I would say go to a different event because I think the the 24 is just getting a little too crowded for something like that. And unfortunately, like if it got any busier than where it's at, I think you're going to see them start restricting access, which unfortunately that's probably what is a point where, all right, IMSA's, big, and that's cool, that's nice, but it's going to lose its
appeal.
Its appeal, yeah, because that's what IMSA is. It's like the premier. I basically put it in like a good.
I think that event probably tracks more of a crowd.
Yes, and it's really just the beginning. Like after the first 2 hours, like the majority of the crowd is kind of gone away. Like you can find some open space and stuff like
Watkins Glen, there's people that go down to the grid walk, but 90% of them are all spread out across the track. So and it's 3.5 miles, and no one wants to schlep around because they're going to start walking the track when the race starts. So
right, and that's another point too. Like the difference between Daytona and Watkins Glen. Daytona is, like I said, it's very convenient to get around because there's only a couple spots, and they have stuff set up in a good way to move people quickly, and they can do it. Watkins is not that venue.
Yeah.
Again, which is fine. No, like they're totally different experiences. So you just you take what it is and go with it. But yeah, I guess a good way of putting it is I've just seen IMSA as like the big local sports car series, where you can go up to teams and still talk to them, kind of like not just walk into their garage like unannounced, but like that everyone's very inviting. It's very laid back. Yeah. No one's pouring over the car hiding secrets. And I mean, and if they are, like, I mean, they'll cover it up, and everyone knows. Like,
I'm sure they are. But anyways, but yeah, no, that's true.
I guess the only other big news that I have written down is IndyCar's managerial shift.
Oh yeah,
that came out today.
Yeah, Jay Fry is out. There's still stories coming out about it, so I don't really know. Doug Bowles is taking over Jay Fry's role, but also is retaining his role as president of IMS, which is fine. Doug's a generally good guy, and I never find him to be a I don't want to say he's all he seems always accommodating. So, but Nate's guy that's still in charge though is his boy Mark Miles there. Anyways, so that was really the biggest thing that came out.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. I mean, IndyCar has got less than a month away. Before, they kick off at St. Pete.
Yep. So looking forward to that. We'll see how that goes. And we'll just have to tune in for the Daytona 500 this weekend. Personal tune in for the first 10 laps, and then the last 10 laps.
I'm not even going to tune in for the first 10 laps. It's the last 5. That's all that matters.
Gotcha.
And actually, I can't even say last 5 because at that point, then you're drawing. It's like the last 2 minutes of a basketball game. You're just stuck there forever.
Right. Right. So it's exciting. We have Nate's picks. We have Joey Logano, Keselowski, and Helio.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. That's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, and then last 2 races of the Asian Le Mans Series this weekend at
Abu Dhabi. Yep.
So
champions get an automatic invite to Le Mans, which is pretty exciting. So a lot on the line there.
Yep. Definitely good stuff to watch there.
Yeah. All right.
And hopefully this will be the end of us taking breaks.
Well, we may. Next week might be an issue.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
I have a ski trip planned, so.
course.
Well.
I don't.
Well, it was Daytona 500, so I didn't really.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
that's
it's
yeah,
like
I know.
we can talk about it a week from now.
Right. Yeah. Nate. Well, can we? Because when do they race again? Don't they race like the
Following Sunday? Yeah, it's like this
God.
kicks off. It's the next 38 weekends. There's a NASCAR race, whether it's Xfinity or Cup,
Oh,
over the next 38 weekends.
God. I just.
Yeah, I know. Formula One doesn't start till March.
No. Actually, when's their big F1 launch event?
Oh, I'm not even talking that. I just want to get cars. I want to see a race. I don't want to. That's what I'm waiting for.
February 18th, next week.
Yeah.
Wait,
All right.
wait, what?
Oh, yeah, the launch is next week.
No, but why is it? F1 special launch.
That's the one at the O2 Arena.
Yeah, no, but they're all doing different days of when they're launching the car.
Oh, I thought it was one evening there.
Oh no, it's
The whole week.
there's the F1 2025 season launch, which is on the 18th of February. This is
Is that at the O2?
Yes, this is at the O2, where all 20 drivers will be there, along with live music and entertainment for attending fans. This is okay. This is not what I thought it was. I thought every car was.
I thought they were gonna roll the teams out and then roll the cars.
Yes, that's what I thought. That's.
So we're not gonna have Lawrence coming out going, "Good morning."
No, none of that. I know he should have been the first. They should have started at like 11 a.m. and they were the first one to roll out doing an alphabetical order.
Yeah, that would have been fantastic.
That just.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
Well, we'll hold our breath.
Yeah.
All right. And on that note,
good night.
Thank you guys for listening to the Red Mist Podcast, hosted by Christian Abbott, Sean Abbott, and Nathan Lavin. It's produced by Christian Abbott, and music is by Alex Wart and Harrison Tate.